G'day everyone, welcome back. This is episode 35 of my series covering 1904 Imperial Sunrise, the new campaign for Strategic Command American Civil War. I'm commanding the Russians, Old Crow Balthazor is commanding the Japanese. This will be August 14th, 1905. We're getting close to the end of the war now. I have reports on good authority that the financial system in Tokyo is beginning to falter. And evidently the wisdom of his torpedo boat crews are also faltering. They thought an ambush would be a wonderful idea. Hello, what are you doing up there? Having a look to see where the rest of my fleet is, obviously, so he doesn't know where the battleships are. Good. I don't want him to know. That will have to remain an eternal mystery. Hello? What are you doing up here? Have you finally decided that I'm not going to attack you? Maybe so. Maybe so. Wait. You sent cruisers here. But you didn't attack with them. Okay, so he did cruise on some of them, and right. How do we get out of this jam? First off, what are my chances of taking one of these idiots down with me? 5-4, if I get lucky, I can get one. If I get lucky. I have not had a lot of luck at sea so far. I'm gonna wait on that for a minute. Now, I also could bludgeon this cavalry brigade that's been the cause of so much trouble. Okay, you can go to there. And I have one more corps coming. So, I mean, I would like to attack. I just don't want to do it too soon and leave the opportunity open to wreck my fighting spirit. So the war's not over yet. Now, I reckon there's a good chance you've got... Well, if you haven't just got a cordon of ships totally surrounding me, which is a very reasonable possibility. I reckon I'd just go for this cruiser because it's the one we've got the best chance of sinking. Oh, you muppets! You could have done better than that. What are you doing? Okay. Now, who's in charge of you? And why are you deciding that sailing through his ship is this delightful idea that's not going to get you sunk? There we go. Now, don't sink. You idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you sink? Right, I knew that would... Or something would be out there, but I had to go somewhere or I'm going to die for sure. No. That is horrible. Alright, then the most damage I can do is you are weakened. Now... Okay. what you've done, you've got ships every... No, you had a solid ring around it. Doesn't matter if I move or he moves. But what that tells me, he's got 2 battleships here. He's got a couple of cruisers. He's almost definitely got something covering this way as well. And he doesn't know where these are, because he was going looking for them. So my best move is cut and run. Yeah, it is possible to sort of sneak past the Kurils if you use this hex right at the edge of the map. That is there deliberately. What I think my best option is going to be is just hope that he spends a couple of turns chasing what he thinks is the rest of the fleet. He doesn't know where it is. But he's going to go looking. If I go through here, he might think that I'm going through La Perouse, but I'd also not be surprised if he's got something, even if it's just a TB, sitting there waiting. Just to find out if I do go through it. Because my only options really are either I send these back to Port Arthur, which, given his entire fleet's got to be around here somewhere, not a very good idea. Or I can continue skirting the east edge of the map and hope that I can get up here, because you can't actually go around Sakhalin. The map cuts just before you'd be able to. There's not enough ports or anything up there to be a reasonable prospect for the Russian ships to sort of go north of Sakhalin and around it on the same load of coal. It just doesn't make any sense. So I can either stay east of Sakhalin and he chases me around there, or I go through La Perouse and then either go somewhere into the Sea of Japan or head north. Heading north might be my best bet. It's probably the least guarded of all the options. If I can get into Sea of Okhotsk, we beach the sailors somewhere on the coast here, and they just wait out the rest of war. How long? I think it's 8 turns left. And you're here. Now I'm pretty sure you were here last turn. And I don't know if he'd want to naval cruise to try and chase battleships, because he knows I've got battleships out there. He doesn't know where they are, but he knows I've got battleships. I'm aware he's keeping a list of every ship I've got. It's getting very small, quite sad. So he knows what he's looking for. If I was him, I would not be naval cruising with torpedo boats looking for battleships. That sounds like a good way to get lost ships sunk very quickly. So, how far an advantage do I have? I have about 20 hexes advantage on him. If you don't naval cruise and you don't watch this area, I think I can get around Japan. Olga might be my best bet, or alternatively, I'm going to see if his navy shows up. Okay, this hex is safe, but I've got to skirt the coast there to do this. And I go north. If I get past about here, well, it'll get iced out at some point as well. I think it's December, but I think that's my only option at this point, is go north and hope he doesn't find me. If I skirt the edge of the map, he might think, why would Bite use the edge of the map, and that be sufficient. And hopefully the Japanese fishermen aren't this far off the coast. I don't think there's a lot of fish in that part of the world that, you know, a couple of 100 kilometers away from the coastline. I don't think that's good fishing grounds. It might be. I'm not exactly an expert on fish patterns in the North Pacific, so if anyone would like to enlighten me, please do. Might make for an interesting discussion in the comments. Okay, you're a disgrace. you're an entire corps that's 40-odd thousand men against a brigade, I think it's 2,500. And you're not even going to do any damage, and you're going to get damaged yourself. Every one of you, every soldier in this unit is a complete idiot. And the Tsar is not at all pleased to see that these are allegedly Russia's best troops. They're not. They're useless. And the reason that I'm not going to attack with them is because they're abjectly useless. And I have no intention of throwing away 16,000 points of fighting spirit in charges that are just going to get a lot of men killed for no reason. I might as well just sit here and say, Japan, if you want us to vacate North Korea, you can push us out. At least then, if these men are worried about their own lives, they might not be so utterly hopeless. And of course we got the end of the game coming up too soon to reasonably deploy any new units. I'll deploy a couple new brigades, but I don't think they're gonna do much of anything, and just fill up the map. Hope he can't land somewhere. I don't know, he's had 6 or 7 turns now of not taking a lot of losses as well. He will be building stuff. Might want one there, might want one there. Actually, almost definitely want one there. If he's got, you know, 4 divisions or so built up, and I think he... How long has the front been quiet? 2, 3, 4, 5... About 6 turns. 6 turns, 230 points each turn. It's 1,000 points, that's 4 divisions. He could have built them. One last throw at Vladivostok would not be a bad move on his part if he tried it. I've only got 1 unit there, so it'd have some prospect of success. Not a good prospect, but some. Well, hopefully these soldiers are at least capable of digging in. They haven't done much else of anything, so... The Tsar's going to be yelling at his peace commissioner, I tell you what. Now, Baltic Fleet... I like they're really hiding, aren't they? You can see them if you zoom out, so... Hey, keep hidden. If you see any Japanese fishing boats, just sink them. Because they're going to cause too much trouble if they get back to Japan. They're like, hey, the Russian fleet's out there, because then these idiots are going to chase us. And I don't really want to see my fleet get sunk again. It happened outside Port Arthur. It was really sad. Actually, a bit north of Port Arthur, but that was a terrible day. Don't need to repeat that. Alright. Think I've rambled on long enough for this turn. Let's hit the go button. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.